Alright you guys, so today I have a two-part thing starting. It's going to be a pinup kind of series, if you can't tell. So today is going to be just a basic kind of overall basic pinup makeup tutorial. As you can see, very thick liner, the lashes, and then just a simple reddish kind of lip. And then Friday is going to be the kind of half up, half down with a barrel roll kind of hairstyle. So yes, before we get started, yes, I redid my hair. It was supposed to be a ballerina pink color, but it kind of came out like a hot pink, but whatever. It still looks good, so I'll take it as it is. So yeah, if you would like to see how I do this, keep watching. Oh, and for any of you who are horror movie freaks like myself and live in or around Hunt Valley, Maryland, on Saturday, well, this weekend coming up, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, is Monster Mania at the Hunt Valley Inn in Hunt Valley, Maryland. And I will be there Friday and Saturday. Not doing anything specific, I'm actually going to the convention. But Saturday I will be there dressed in pinup to hand out little cards with my YouTube name on them. So if you are going or are interested in going, I'll put the link to the convention below so you can kind of get more information about it. But yeah, so if you'd like to see how I do this, keep on watching. Alright, so one of the first things about doing pinup is primer. I used a primer underneath my foundation and then also an eyeshadow primer. This prevents your eyeshadow from creasing, as I'm sure the majority of you know, and then it also helps it last a lot longer. So the one I'm just using is Too Faced Shadow Insurance, but you can use what you like. I like basically everything that I've tried, but use the one that you've had the most luck with. That's the way I say it. So while I let that sink in, that's just one thing that I always like to do, is I put the primer on first, and then while I let that kind of sink in and absorb, I'll do my brows. So what I'm just using is the NYX brow pencil. It's like a dual-ended, so one end is the brow pencil and the other end is like a highlighter, which I'm actually going to use both. Now, if I were to be doing this for a like a competition or anything where I'm on stage and there's stage lights involved, I would probably use a darker pencil than this. This is kind of like a nice everyday color, which is great. And if like if I'm going to a convention or something like that, a natural would probably work just as well. But when you're on stage, you have to make sure that it looks a little bit more dramatic so you don't wash out. Just a little sidetrack there. So I'm going to use the other end, which is the pencil here. Alright, so and then I'll set that with the Anastasia Brow Gel. Alright, so just for my eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Naked Basics, the first one. Looks like that. So just all over my lid, I'm going to take Walk of Shame, which is this middle one. Just a little brush like that. Go all over the lid. And even right on top of that pencil. You put that before. So then for my crease, I'm going to take Naked 2, which is that one. Just kind of blend it lightly. Then I'm also going to take a little bit of Faint, which is that. So at this point, to kind of make that line a little less harsh, I'm going to go back in with Walk of Shame and mix it a little bit with Venus, which is the lightest. And then with just a little pencil brush, I'm going to mix Faint and Crave, which is the black. And just lightly put that in the outer corner and a little bit in the crease, but not too much. Then with just your blending brush, blend it all together. So then with just a little smudger, I'm going to take Faint again and put that right under the eyes. The reason I'm putting eyeshadow there is just because I'm not putting any under eyeliner on, including the waterline. So I personally need something or else I look like a blind rat. That's why I put eyeshadow there. Again, use what works for you, but me personally, I need it, you know. So, so I'm going to take that highlighter end of that pencil again, go right in the inner corners with it, and just blend it out. And then go over it again with that Venus color. So at this point, I'm going to go in with black liner. The one I'm using is the NYX Super Skinny marker. It has one of those felt tip pen applicators, and I really like these for this. Just because it's easy to get the shape that you want and then build if it's not quite what you want. I'm doing this a little thicker than I do like my everyday liquid liner, but that's only because I'm putting false lashes on. And I'm sure a lot of you know, once you put false lashes on, it kind of takes away from the eyeliner a little bit. And yeah. So, if you mess up, like I just did, one way I like to kind of combat that, clean your little smudger brush, I like to do, and then pack that on, and then go back in with whatever color you use on your lid. A matte is a little harder to do this with, but if you use a shimmery color, it works a lot better. But again, given the fact that I'm putting false lashes on, it really doesn't make that much of a difference, but so then I do tightline my upper lash line just because I look silly without it. And then the mascara that I'm using is the Mega Plush Volume Express Maybelline. Now, if you're not a fan of false lashes, you can totally skip this. I'm unable to put these on camera right now because I still don't have my makeup mirror set up yet. So I'm using the mirror behind me, and I'm not having a good lash day. It took me forever to put these on. So I'm going to turn the camera off, put the false lashes on, and then come back and show you what to do for the rest of my face. Alright, so to make sure that I'm not washed out, I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer. This is MAC's Earthshine MSF. I don't think it's available anymore. I don't really buy anything from MAC anymore, so I really couldn't tell you. So I just put that light dusting of it all over. And then I always contour when I do pinup, just because, especially if you're on stage, that's a huge thing. So I'm going to use the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which I will eventually get a full one of. I just need, yeah. I've been using this one since June and it hasn't run out on me yet, so. Now I know these lights are making this look like a lot more dramatic than it is, but best way I can describe it is the pinup makeup, like doing things for competitions and stuff like this. Doing pinup makeup in general, especially if you're doing it for photo shoots. It's meant to be dramatic, you know, and look over the top. Like blush, you can actually completely omit blush if you want to. I personally just need a little bit of color, so I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in Exposed. Kind of looks like that. It's like a nice like rosy color, and just use one of these dual fiber brushes. But at least then that way it's some color, but it's not like ridiculous. As I stab myself in the eye with the bristles. And then I usually use a little bit of a highlighter. This is Soft and Gentle, which is available. Alright, so then for my lips, if you're familiar with pinup makeup, you know that red generally is the most used color, and that's perfectly fine. I personally like to change it up a little bit. I have a whole little thing in my filing cabinet of just pinup colors that I use. I have some like dark purples, some plums, a blackberry color, some wines. So the one that I'm just doing today, it's kind of like it's still on the side of mauve, but we'll just go with that. So I'm going to line my lips first. I'm using a Revlon Color Stay in Plum. So I do have chapstick on, but when I line my lips, I go around first. And you can make this as dramatic or normal as you choose to. I kind of extend my bottom lip just a little bit. Because then I'll go in on the sides. And fill that in. So then for my lipstick, I'm using Makeup Forever in N9. Looks like that. So then we have that. And you can either leave that as is, or I'll put like a little bit of a gloss over top of it, just to make it look a little bit more even. So this is just a Tokidoki one. The color is Mozzarella. Don't ask me why. Couldn't tell you. So yeah, that is basically how I do makeup for this. This is just kind of like an intro idea for it. Again, you can do it totally different. But this is just kind of the rough basics of how I do mine. Yeah, so if you'd like to see how I do my hair and everything, keep watching for that tutorial. And for those of you who are going to be at Monster Mania on Saturday in Hunt Valley, Maryland, if any of you go to those things, I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.